Okay, so welcome back everyone to the channel with myself, David, Millionaire Incorporated. And as we always know, on weekends I like to review the trading week that it was for the currency pair pound yen. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you guys gather some great information and knowledge from this video. Like I said, I like to review what the price has done and what the pair has actually done for the trading week. If you're revisiting, welcome back guys. Really love the support that you guys have given me. As always, don't forget to give me a like on the video and hit the subscribe button. I would really love it if you guys did that. It would help me a lot. So we'll just jump into the analysis here for the pound yen currency pair on the Forex. So as we know, the week ended here. Now, if you watched the last video I recorded last week, I was giving a few scenarios of what I was actually looking for the price to actually do moving forward. I was anticipating, depending on how it opened, for the price to actually either move higher, test this area here. Let me just actually lock this here so I can actually draw a bit more regularly. Then come down, or open lower, test this area, and then come higher. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of all these to clean up a bit. So as you can see, what the price actually did wasn't that at all. So get rid of these, clean up. Sorry about this, guys. Takes a bit of time sometimes. So as you can see, the price did in fact open lower by about what 30 odd pips there. But because we're in an overall bullish trend or an uptrend of the currencies pair, so you can see starting from the bottom on the lower left, moving to the top right, it's kind of kept coming up higher. And it kind of came up to test this high where it ended last week. So you can kind of see there, came up, tested it, exhausted, and then came back down. It finally came down to the end of the week, or came during the middle of the week, tested this area which I was actually looking at for a retest or support before moving higher. Now I actually did take a trade from this area here. It was actually a great setup to actually take a trade from. As you can see, came lower, tested, then moved higher. I entered that one on the 30 minutes. I'll move down to the time frames to that area there. So you can see, came down, tested, exhausted, and then took off for the rest of the day. So from there, as we were saying, what we wanted to do was take a long. So I got in from about this area right here. Actually, I was a little bit late to the party there. As you know, I always like to take a 2-to-1 risk reward trade, or at minimum. So and I always like to have like about a 40 pip stop loss. So I'll go actually enter that in there so you can see what it actually looks like and where the take profit was. So 2-to-1, that means we want to try and get 80 pips from the trade at least. Move back to 1 hour. So you pretty much have taken that back up to like where it was at the start of the week up here, and that would have given you like just under that 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. So pretty much played out how I was actually anticipating it for the start of the week. As I was anticipating, and I really wanted to kind of see the price of the pound yen come up to that 145.5 area up the top here. Oh, there it is. As you can see, didn't quite make it. And if you're new to trading, you learn that the currency pairs actually move in a bit of a pattern. They kind of impulse, correct, impulse, correct, impulse, correct. So what I'm still seeing, I'd like to jump up to the weekly. We're kind of entering an area now where price has actually made a huge impulse move down from. So we've been currently in a pretty strong uptrend lately. As you can see, it's been moving up higher. So we are due for a bit of a correction soon. and I am anticipating that to happen soon or shortly. Some of the guys I actually trade with as well, anticipating something to happen shortly as well, especially in this kind of area here. So the areas I'm kind of looking out for is like this 145.5 area or this 146.5 area there. As you know, I like to kind of base my trades off price action. So seeing how price actually responds or reacts in certain areas before taking trades. So move back to that 4-hour time zone. So you can see there, impulse, correction, impulse, bit of a correction. Now we're just going through another impulse. So still kind of not ready to take some shorts. There are actually some trades you could have taken this week, depending on risk reward and what you want to do for the actual pair itself. Some people like to have much tighter stop loss, and you can actually take trades with the tighter stop loss, like 20 pips, 15 pips, 10 pips, or whatever. Obviously, you kind of base it off what's happening in the near area. So, as I said, price over here. Let's draw a little zone. This is where it kind of struggled to move above last week. So you can kind of, as the price came up, kind of thing, as it exhausted here. You could have almost taken a trade from this area here, had like a 10 or 15 pip or 20 pip stop loss. Let's actually look at that. So let's put it there where it kind of exhausted and dropped. There it is, 15 pip stop loss. 2 come down to that area there, down the bottom there where we said we're waiting for it to come down to, that 144-ish area. That's literally a 5-to-1 risk reward trade. So great high probability trade, that one, if you were willing to take that much shorter stop loss. Like I said, me personally, just because I've been trading GJ for some time, I know that GJ can be quite volatile and move quite quickly. If you remember last week, when that news announcement came up over here, it literally moved almost 100 pips in a matter of an hour and a half, 2 hours. So it can move quickly, and if you're not careful, if you don't have a large enough stop loss, you can get caught out. So as a result, that's why I like to have a 20 pip stop loss for GJ. So as well as that, you can see price exhausted here, so you could have actually also taken another trade down, given with only like a 10-15 pip stop loss, you would have made about 20-30 pips there. But as I said, I was waiting for it to actually come up to this 145 area up the top here before taking another short. So let's delete that. Let's leave this here. I'll just extend that out a bit. Over there. So there's actually a few areas where price kind of created like little areas of support and resistance moving forward. So you kind of got this like 145 area right here. As you remember, we can drop down to the line chart and actually create a, I'll get rid of that quickly for a moment. Getting my horizontal ray tool here. You can see just there. So it's almost pretty much bang on that 145. Tidy that up a bit actually. 145 area of which created that resistance. Then you kind of got also one over here. Let's put it about there. Now it's not always going to be perfect, but you get the picture kind of thing. So you got a few spots where it's showing signs of resistance, support and resistance. And that's one great way of actually using the line chart. Let's drop that one down a bit. I don't like where that one's sitting. Yeah, it's a bit nicer. And go back to the chart there, so you can see it's kind of created like support or resistance there. And you can see how prices actually reacted to those areas. So moving forward for the week ahead, as we said, I am still waiting for it to kind of get to that 145.6 area, 145.5 area. So we could potentially see price, as always, depending on how it opens, come up and test this area here before moving lower, or it could actually come down come down. Why isn't it working? Come down, test this area of 145 or even lower to this 144.875 before moving higher again. As always though guys, you always want to watch it on price action and just see how the price actually plays out at those certain areas, or how price actually moves when the markets actually open. As we know, we aren't in control of what the market actually does. We just take trades based on the opportunity that it presents to us. So that's one thing which I love about price action, because it gives you that opportunity to kind of take trades whenever you like, depending on what your trading plan and style is. So as always, trend is your friend. You actually want to be placing trades in the same direction of the trend. So typically you want to still be looking for buys until it actually changes its market structure. So until it kind of creates like new lower lows and lower highs, you probably want to keep taking those buys instead of sells. As a result though, as I said, because it's getting to that area of a weekly resistance, we can potentially start looking for some potential long-term sells there. So keep in mind though, you just want to make sure it sticks with your trading plan, your style, your strategy, and you're using proper risk management. So that's always at 2% per risk of your capital per trade, as well as 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio per trade as well, and that will give you that long-term growth on your capital. So hope that video has been useful for you guys. Like I said, a little bit of a kind of weird trading week. Didn't take many trades myself. I was waiting for it to actually hit that 145 area up from that 144. Didn't really see any clean opportunities to take a sell from either. It was kind of slow moving in the middle of the week. As you saw, it kind of ranged through this area here with moving through an area of like 20 pips every 4 hour or every hour, which wasn't really that spectacular. So don't forget guys, drop me a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you actually think about for this pair moving forward as well. I know someone actually said they think it's going to move lower eventually. Thanks for your comment, guy, man. Really appreciate it. I think so too. And yeah, give me a like as well. And catch you next week. Cheers, guys.